everybody, welcome back to my channel. How you guys doing today? It's your girl Jasmine. What's good, what's good? So you read the title right. Today I'm gonna share with you guys how I saved 100K and got myself out of debt. Anyway, so here we go. So I hope this is okay view for you guys. My little bun is not in focus. Anyway, so yes, that's exactly what today's video is all about. So go ahead and get yourself some tea. Go ahead and get yourself comfortable because I'm not sure how long this video is gonna be, but yes. So first things first is how I got myself out of debt. So I've been in debt for pretty much all my 20s for about 10 years. So exciting, right? No. It basically just binds you. I hate being in debt. It's the worst feeling in the world. You can't do nothing with your life because you want it. So let's see. Basically, I've been in debt for 10 years and I just got myself out of debt now, which is the most freeing experience of my life. Yeah, so basically I've kind of talked to people about how I got out of debt and how I saved 100K, and that's basically what I'm gonna share with you guys today. So first things first is don't get a credit card. My number one mistake was getting a credit card. Actually, I got 2 credit cards in my early 20s. One was for $1,500, the other one was for $6 grand. Together it's $7,500. I can do quick math. And then I also owed the CRA like $6 grand as well. Now you wouldn't think that that's a whole lot of money, but when you also have car payments, because I bought a new car, on top of all that, and then you work at a really minimum paying job, it's very tough. So basically, you guys, it was just rough. Anyway, so for a while I had a really hard like time getting myself out of debt. The interest was just so high, and that's where they kill you, is on that stupid interest. And basically I didn't really try to get myself out of debt until last year, because I wanted to buy a house. I wanted to get a good credit score again, and they get you that credit score. You can't do nothing without a good credit score, unfortunately. But yeah, so I basically, what did I do? Let me see. The tips and tricks to what I did to get out of debt basically was I busted my ass trying to get out of debt, you guys. I worked 2 jobs, sometimes 3, but mostly 2 jobs, 24/7. It was rough. I was a manager at McDonald's, and I was also a server at a different restaurant. And then I also worked at a casino as well. And I just kept banking all my money, guys. I would just start putting it onto my debt, and then I would start saving money as well. It was kind of hard for me at the beginning, and it's kind of bit me in the behind now, is I cut out a lot of my friends, not because I wanted to, but I put a lot of my personal life on the back burner and just became a workaholic for life. And it literally is pros and cons to that as well, but honestly it just wasn't a good balance. I became more driven and more work focused than worrying about my health and my family and friends. And I wouldn't recommend it, but honestly, sometimes you need to do what you need to do to get yourself ahead of life. And I mean, your friends aren't really gonna pay your bills for you, and I think that's kind of not a negative thought to think, but it's something that you should probably keep in consideration. So while your friends are going out to the nightclub, you can be working on a Friday night and making your extra whatever amount of money, X amount of money, to get yourself ahead in life. So a couple things I did is I stopped. Oh, and this is also kind of how I also saved 100K as well. I stopped spending money. I stopped going shopping, online shopping. I'm a shopaholic at heart. And I just had to cut all that out because it was literally consuming me. I literally had to stop cold turkey, and it was hard. But it's something I had to do. So stop shopping online. 2, second thing I would recommend is putting yourself a savings account, an RSP account, or a tax-free savings account, or a locked savings account, or something, or having a piggy bank. Oh, I have a piggy bank. I don't know where she went. Oh, she's in the, anyway. So having like a piggy bank, or using, like, as a server, you can just, a lot of servers just don't really care too much about coin I don't know if that's everywhere or that's just me or some people or some places, but like 25 cents here, 10 cents here, yeah, whatever, right? But that's 35 cents. And that 35 cents can double and triple and quadruple in life. So what I would do is I would just take the coin that I would have or my pocket change from tips and just throw it into a big garbage can I used to have, or I still have. I just throw all my coin into there, and then I would live off cash. So this is what I'm doing now currently. I've actually hid my debit card. I don't use Apple Pay or use anything like that. I use only strictly cash, which is also gonna help you save money, because if you give yourself a budget of, let's just say, I don't know, $500 a month, and that's to buy yourself groceries and to go out, to buy yourself a clothing item, gas, whatever, that's the money I would use, and everything else would go into savings and I wouldn't touch it. And having the money physically in your hand really helps you figure out more what you can and cannot spend. So instead of using your debit card where you can't actually see the money, you can't see the money and you're just tapping away or swiping away or whatever, that money just goes and you don't even know what happens to it. So you're just frugally just throwing money away and you don't even know. Where if you have the cash in your hand, then it's harder for you to, do I really want this shirt for that's $39.99? That's 40 bucks. You know, it's kind of, it makes you really think, like, do you really need it? Do you really want it? So that's another thing I do, is I actually use cash. I don't even use my debit card anymore. There's no point. Next thing is I would stop buying expensive food items. So when I go grocery shopping, you guys, I would buy stuff that's on sale. Now it was a bit tricky because I like to eat really organic and vegetarian and healthier items. I don't like to buy a lot of junk food, processed food. And a lot of things that I like to eat are a lot more expensive scale, which sucks. But with that being said, I do a lot more shopping. So when I do go shopping, you guys, it's more as I buy things that are on sale, and I might buy a bulk of it. So I might buy like 4 items that are on sale of the same thing. Toilet paper, I've never bought toilet paper on full price. I've always bought on sale. So like buying things on sale will help you, especially if you're in a budget type idea. That makes sense, you guys? I don't really know. So a couple of things I used to do to help, a couple of things that I do now to help, that I got myself, what am I trying to say? I'm out of breath right. Okay, so a couple of things I did also to get myself out of debt is I didn't pay minimum payments. So what actually another tip I would do is I would do a minimum payment 1 month, take a big chunk of it, and then say my minimum payment was 40 bucks. I would do 40 bucks 1 month, and then the second month I would save up more money and put like 80 bucks down. And then, you know what I mean? So it wouldn't always be the minimum payment. I would always try and put more on it, because interest is literally just your minimum payment. You're not even paying anything down, which is horrible, but that's how they make their money. That's how they get you. And that's how you just stay in the red and you never get into the green. So always pay more than your minimum. Of course, everyone's situation is different. If you're working at McDonald's, for instance, they don't pay you good money. Like I can contest to that. I worked there. I know minimum payment is hard, especially when you're living on your own. But if you were to just, I don't know, save a lot more money, and you know, instead of buying that Starbucks coffee for $5.99 every day or once a week, whatever, save that money and put it towards your debt. Another thing I like to do is I did a lot of, like I said, worked a lot of jobs. So I have one job that paid off my main bills, like, you know, like my car payment and my rent and this and the other. And then I would have my other job that would pay for my luxury items, which is like going out with my friends. If we ever went out, you know, using it to buy, I don't know, shoes or makeup, or if I want to go drinking one weekend or something like that, that's the money I would use for that. So I literally would separate the 2 paychecks, and I would usually use the higher paycheck on my debt and my savings, and the lower paycheck on my fun stuff. So that's kind of what I would do. It doesn't always work, I'm not gonna lie, but it was pretty helpful. At one point, I almost had my car repossessed, and I had to ask family members to help me out, which, if you can try and avoid asking family for help, I would do so, because some family members are really weird when it's time to pay back the money. And I get it, like you need to pay it back. I am not saying don't do that. By no means I'm not saying that, but when they know you're in a hard spot and you're still in that hard spot and they're constantly begging and bugging you about it, and you're like literally, it's just more stress. So I just avoid that altogether. I would take the hit of a fine than to pay back a family member, because that can destroy relationships. So let's not do that. How I saved 100K also is with what I just said. I just would save money. I was a shopaholic, so it took a long time to do. This isn't like how I didn't just save 100K in a year or in 2 years. It took me, I think, 8 years to save up 100K. And that's because I worked at minimum paying jobs that wouldn't pay enough money for basically to let me live. So I would have to, it just, you know what I mean? So I would say if you want to make that kind of cash money, it is possible, you guys. Just believe in yourself and pray. But no, honestly, you just have to, you got to think mindset and long term. That's another thing I put in my that's one thing I live by now, is just, you got to think long term. Like, those shoes may be cute, but am I actually gonna wear them? Is it something I'm gonna like use long term? No. But now I'm looking to buy a house and I'm thinking long term. Whereas I could literally go to like buy myself a new Louis bag, but I don't really want to. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? Anyway, so yeah, another thing I would mention is, oh, it's in my head and I forgot. Oh dear. Oh, live within your means, you guys, okay? So if you can't live within your means, I think I maybe mentioned this already, then don't spend outside of it, okay? I haven't taken vacation in 5 years because I just couldn't afford it. Now that I'm out of debt and I am saving money, I want to. Another thing as well is, my new rule of thumb is, if I can't afford it twice, I can't afford it at all. So if I wanted to buy a new cell phone, if I can't buy that new cell phone twice and buy 2 of them at the same time, I can't afford it. It's actually a really good rule to go by as well, is if you can't buy something times 2 or times 3, you probably can't afford it. I mean, I could go out and buy a makeup palette, but if I can't buy it twice, I can't afford it, right? So there's that. Also, having emergency backup funds is something that's really important as well. You don't know how important emergency funds is until you're actually in an emergency situation. So I would recommend that too. Always start with something, guys. Start with something little. You don't need to go drastic and put like $100 here or $400 here. And literally, if you can only afford to put $2 in, or a savings account or a piggy bank or something, and lock it away so you don't see it, that's totally okay. Because pardon me, everything literally adds up, and that's how the way you got to think about it. So that's another cool thing. Also, out of sight, out of mind. So if you have like a hole burning in your pocket and you want to go spend that money on, I don't know, a new purse, new shoes, new makeup, a new cell phone, a new camera, the new Airbeats, I don't know, something, AirPods, that's what I'm trying to say, new AirPods or whatever, then you got to think, is it really worth it? Is it an investment, or is it something I just want? So that's something you would have to, like, I don't know, put into like perspective for yourself. Now, don't get it twisted, okay? I'm not over here trying to like flex or show, or, you know, I have all this stuff. I am still struggling, okay? Now, because I have said I've saved 100K does not mean that I have money, honey, okay? That money is supposed to go towards my house. I still live within my means. I still have a budget. I still give myself a certain X amount of money per month to spend on, if I want to go out for dinner with friends, if I want to go and buy a new I haven't bought shoes in forever, so I shouldn't say that. But like, I want to go buy new makeup or get my hair done, for instance. I hate doing my own hair. I can't do my own hair. I get my hair done all the time. So that has to be within the budget. If I can't afford it, it's out of the budget. Also, every month, I like to, every month, the beginning of the month or the end of the month before the beginning. What am I trying to say? Either beginning of the month or at the end of the month, I like to make a list of things I want to buy. So if it's like, okay, I want to buy, so for one instance, okay, you guys, is I want to get a gaming computer. I am saving up for a gaming computer specifically for that. Now, I could go out and buy a gaming computer, hands down, absolutely, but I have a specific savings account for that. So that's what I was going to say. If you want, you can also put a saving like envelope or a piggy bank or a bank account, and like have different bank account, like savings accounts for what you want to do. So you have like one for vacation, one for, like for me, a computer, one for a computer, a TV, and just put money into that account. So you are literally saving for that, but you still have savings for emergency funds. You still have savings for, you know, your rent, your bills. So like, that's something I would really highly consider doing, is making multiple accounts. So that way you have something to look forward to every month, is to see how much your money grows. So that's basically pretty much it, you guys. I just hustled and bustled the entire time. I worked multiple jobs. I put my, I'm not saying it's a good thing to do this, but like I put my health last. My eating habits were shenanigans. I didn't really have a lot of friends. I lost a lot of friends because I put work first. Not saying you need to do that, but I'm just saying if you want to make 100K and get yourself out of debt, you need to work for it. Nothing's gonna come easy in life, and money is not gonna fall from the trees or from the sky. You need to work for it. And if anyone out, if the banks are like, oh, we'll give you a loan for this, we'll give you this, say no, because they're gonna get you, and that's not cool. That is not cool. So anyway, yeah, you guys, I think that's pretty much it for this video. I don't really have a whole lot. I just want to like kind of share my story and my tips and my tricks and how I got myself out of debt. It took some time, but I got there. I did it. I'm freaking excited that I got it to that point. And then I have a new goal I want to try and get to as well. So yeah, I don't know. If you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment and subscribe down below. And I will check you cats later. Peace.